Okay, let's get started.
Ghosts are real. That much I know.
Hey horror freaks, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda. If this is your first time here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can get a notification every single time that I post a video, and I post every single week. So you can see from the title, today's video is going to be my full review with spoilers of the latest Shudder release, Influencer. This one got released today, May 26th. Now, as always, all my reviews are always spoilers. If you don't want them, just to see if this was worth it or not, on the description box down below, there you're going to find my spoiler-free review, because I like to give you guys the two options. So giving all the disclaimer, let's get into the video. Now, Influencer follows while struggling on a solo backpacking trip in Thailand. Social media influencer Madison meets CW, who travels with ease and shows her a more uninhibited way of living, but CW's interest in her has taken a darker turn. Now, this film, the first thing that I want to say is that this is not horror. This is a thriller. I want to clarify that in case that someone leaves a comment, this is not horror, this is a thriller. Yeah, I know that. I still wanted to do the review since first Shudder sent me the screener. The least that I can do if they send me the film to watch it weeks before it got released on the platform is to give it a review. And secondly, I really wanted to talk about the film, although it's a thriller and I do horror movie reviews, but I still want to talk about it. So clarifying that, the film, it's 1 hour and 32 minutes. It's very short and very straight to the point. And to give a brief summary, the first scenes are an introduction of Madison. She is a social media influencer. She's supposed to be with her boyfriend on the trip in Thailand, but he backed out at the last moment, leaving her alone. He's an ass. He's not a good person. I hated him half of the movie, the other half not so much, just a little bit. You can see how she's faking all her trip and her life on Instagram, which is something that is very common to see today. One night she is at a bar and she meets a guy and she's not feeling that comfortable talking with him, and there's a girl that she's like, hey, you should get the hint, she's not interested. And she asks Madison if she wants to leave to another place. This is when we meet CW, decide to leave, they have a good time, but when Madison returns to her room, somebody got into her room and robbed her, including her passport. And according to CW, she needs to wait at least 2 weeks for her passport to arrive, and she needs to go to Bangkok to get it on the embassy, meaning that she needs to stay at least 2 weeks more in Thailand. Her boyfriend is not happy with that, but like I said, he's an ass. So Madison decides to explore a little bit more of Thailand with CW. Her name is very weird, I'm not gonna lie, it's very weird to say her name. They keep exploring Thailand and CW takes Madison to an island on a little boat. This is an isolated island and they spend the night. During the night, they are just having a talk, and CW tells to Madison essentially that she would leave her there and she would take over her life and no one will notice. It's a very strong and creepy monologue, to say the least. But Madison brushed it off and I was like, I will be scared. Because next morning we see how CW leaves Madison on the island, takes all of her belongings, and she leaves Madison alone on this stranded island. Just like that. Then we jump 3 weeks later and she's doing every single thing that she said that she will be doing. She's posting pictures and videos of herself on Madison's Instagram, but she uses Photoshop to make her face Madison's face, and even wearing a wig and Madison's clothing, and it's very creepy. And it's very weird because you could be thinking, what is her motives? Why she's doing this? I had the question all throughout the movie and we basically got the answer right at the end. She tries to do the same trick with another influencer that she found on Instagram. This is when we see the whole trick behind it. He steals the room card from this girl's purse. Of course, we assume that she already did that with Madison and she's the one that took her passport and she lied and she got her into a trick, leaving her into the island. Now, CW is almost getting away with it when Madison's boyfriend Ryan appears because he knew where Madison was staying. So he appears with a romantic dinner trying to make amends, but he is not expecting CW and the other influencer that is called Jessica. Ryan is very skeptical of the whole situation from the moment that he gets in. We even see how CW is faking a phone call with Ryan using Madison's voice. Jessica is realizing that something odd is happening. She tries to leave CW. CW kills her. She smashes her head through a wall. She leaves as much of blood that she never cleans, but that's a detail that never really matters because you could be thinking Ryan is going to see it, right? No, unfortunately, he never sees the smash of blood that ends on some rocks. She puts her corpse into her suitcase just like that. The next day, when Ryan realizes that Jessica is gone, he becomes even more skeptical of the whole situation. He investigates a little bit further and he catches CW on her lie. He realizes that she's the one posting the pictures and the videos on Madison's Instagram and that something indeed happened to her. He attacks CW. He forces her to take him to where she left Madison. But at the last moment, CW kills Ryan on the water. On the next morning, CW is about to drop Ryan's corpse where she left Madison, only to, guess what? Madison somehow was able to survive the last 3 weeks, almost to a month in that island. How? We have no idea. She attacks CW and she doesn't kill her, but she knocks her enough for her to get on the boat and leaves. And the film ends with Madison leaving. She sees Ryan's corpse, but at this point she's like, I just want to get out of here. And CW looking as her boat leaves with Madison, and that's about it. Like I said, it's a very short film. Now going into my review, what I like it, dislike it, and my general opinion. I really like it that the film is fast paced. It's just 1 hour and 30 minutes. It's a very easygoing story. You just sit down, you watch it, you're gonna have a good time. I had a good time. I didn't feel bored. I was dying to get to the ending, but because I wanted to know what's going to happen, not because I wanted it to end. I was very into the story. The plot twist at the end, I kind of see it coming. It's maybe a little bit predictable, but honestly, I didn't mind. The second thing that I like it is Cassandra No's acting, that she is the one that plays CW. The rest of the cast, I think that they're pretty flat. They don't really bring that much. Even Madison, that is supposed to be the protagonist, but in reality, at least in my opinion, the protagonist is CW. She's the one that makes everything happen. She is the villain and she is the one that really carries the film. I think that she did a fantastic job playing CW. Because when we see her from the very first time, you're not going to suspect of her. She looks like a really nice girl. She just want to help out a tourist. But as soon as she does the monologue and starts telling Madison on the island that she will take over her life, and how her expression is shifting, and when she ends her eyes, they're telling you something, red flag, something out there is bad. I think that she did a pretty good job with that, making that shift, or being the good girl she just want to help, to being an evil person, because she is evil. She's not doing this for a good reason. She's not a good person, that's for sure. And I think that she did a fantastic job. The rest of the cast, like I said, I think that they did what they needed to do, but not as outstanding. Definitely, Cassandra Knott takes the spotlight. The third thing that I like it about the film is that has a little bit of social commentary about the influencers' culture and the way that they behave. Something that is very common to know is that influencers can fake their whole lives on Instagram, TikTok, and social media at this point. It's easy to trick people these days in them believing you have a certain lifestyle, where you live, how you behave, your personality. It's very easy these days. We have seen this plenty of times of people saying, I met this influencer, and turn it out to be a total opposite of what it portrays on social media. In the case of Madison, we see from the very beginning that she's portraying this happy and spontaneous Thailand trip, when in reality, she's not happy at all. She's having struggles with her boyfriend. We see her taking some pictures and liking this, and then like she's not having it. And I really like it how it's very subtle, but how the film kind of criticize how influencers behave, at least on that side, because they're influencers, though of course they have to be genuine, not everyone is fake, but the majority of them are. But what also brings into the influencer culture, it's when some people do it for the wrong reasons. In the case of CW, we understand that her motives are that she wants to have friends. She doesn't want to feel alone. She wants to take advantage of the perks of being an influencer, that it's the money. She takes Madison's credit card and she's using it as if she's her. She is responding to emails with brands partnerships. She's having fun on the hotel. She's taking pictures. She's having the clothing. She's doing everything as an influencer, but without like the hard work. Her hard work was killing someone and taking her lives and doing Photoshop of her face with Madison. She even wears a blonde wig and then she changes her face on the computer. And at least I saw it as a way of also criticizing the people that do it for all the wrong reasons, just because of those perks and because they want to feel less alone. Maybe that's a stretching things a little bit too much, since she never stops doing it. We see that she's about to do it again with Jessica, but she fails on the process, and probably she has done it plenty of times before. Something that I dislike it a little bit is that it leaves you hanging with some stuff. I will not complain about the ending, because at the end we know that Madison survives and she takes a little bit of revenge on CW and she leaves her. We will never know if she survives or she dies, but I will have definitely liked to see how CW has done this before. Of course, we're seeing the whole scheme and how she is doing everything of being very nice, approaching them, looking for them on social media. I would have liked to see maybe just a little hint of that she has been doing it before. For example, her opening a bag and having thousands of belongings, because she burns Madison's passport and her stuff, but she keeps her journal. This is how Ryan found out about everything that she has been lying. So I am assuming that she is taking some things about the people that she kills as trophies or as memories. So if she has done this before, she needs to have more stuff. And I would have liked to see that, since this is a detail that is shown on the Hulu original Fresh that came out. That was 2021 or 2022, being honest, I do not remember. But it stars Sebastian Stan and Daisy Edgar Jones. I did a review on that film. He is a cannibal, and every single one of the people that he kills, he keeps in the phone. He keeps something, and he has a whole wall with stuff of the people that he has killed before. So I think that that could have been a detail that could have been added into this film. Besides that, something that I dislike it, not really. I had a very good time. I think that is a very good thriller. I would like it to see the deaths a little bit more clear on camera, since they're basically off camera. We're seeing her killing them, but it's not a direct shot. It's her doing the movement. Or for example, when she slashes Ryan's throat, is underwater, and the bubbles and the angle of the camera and how far it is from the body, don't see it that clearly what is happening. In the case of Jessica, when she kills her, she pushes her throat with her heels, and she puts her heel right here. And I thought she's going to push it all the way, but she doesn't. I would have liked to see that, I'm not gonna lie, but I think that as a thriller, they did a pretty good job. To summarize, I like it, the acting, I like it, the story, I felt that it was original enough. I had a good time. It's a very good thriller. They could have definitely added some details into the story, minimum, not just that much. I would have preferred to see the deaths more clearly as they weren't shown. But for the rest, I think that this film is a must watch. It's a 4 out of 5 and a 8 out of 10. I really had a good time. I am not the biggest fan of thrillers. I prefer, of course, horror. I can watch thrillers from time to time, but I think that this one they did a pretty good job. But Saying all of that, this has been all for the video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me down below if you have seen this film. What do you thought about it? Did you like it? You didn't? Are you planning on watching it? Thank you so much once again to Shudder for sending me the screener. I watched this film a few weeks ago and I have been dying to talk about it ever since I wasn't able to. But well, thank you so much for watching and I'm going to see you guys on my next video. Bye.
It's real. That much I know.